What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. We got Superstar Joe, and we got Superstar Rob. He's back. Welcome back, Rob.
How you doing?
Not bad. You had a nice break yesterday. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Glad to be back. Sometimes
Yeah,
it gets busy,
busy
but
day
there's
for
two of
you.
us. But there's two of us, so there's always production.
I know people were saying, "Oh, you guys should take a break." In the comments, they're like, "Don't worry about it. You got the baby coming. You got all this stuff." If you weren't in the live stream yesterday, we did a really quick one. It was like half an hour, only like I think we had like 100 views overall by the end of it, but it was scattered. It was middle afternoon. Rob's stuff was streaming. I can't expect to compete with that Titan over there. But no, it was definitely off the cuff because we didn't know what was happening with your schedule, and we just wanted to get something up. And guys, don't worry. Between me and Rob, I told you, Rob is very, very committed to this channel. He's answering all the comments, all the Twitters, all that stuff. He between us, we're figuring it out. Even when the baby comes, Rob's gonna go solo a couple times.
There's gonna be ways to get videos out all the time. I'm not
Yeah.
concerned at all.
You might get some labor room videos. Don't tell Superstar Mel.
Oh man, don't
Right?
get yourself. We gotta keep her happy. Eh? We don't
Yeah.
get you in too much trouble.
Happy wife, happy life. Okay,
That's what they
so
say.
let us get into some Superstar Mel news. All right. um, Sarah Jean, if you weren't on the live, we talked about it. Sarah Jean VV'd it forward to Superstar Mel. Do you believe this?
I can't believe it. I got a message.
On-
I got a notification from Sarah Jean saying done. I'm like, what? What?
So yeah, because I was talking back and forth with them, and they watched the video of when Mel was talking about how she really wanted to buy a Spider-Man Marvel Mighty, but she also likes to play the game and tries to make some gems, right? So she's like, well, it's at 120 now, and Sarah Jean's wall's at 129, so most I can make is 9 gems. So she skipped it completely and bought a Batgirl. So Sarah Jean reached out. It's like, listen, I watched the video. I'm giving Superstar Mel a Spider-Man because I feel bad kind of thing for having the wall up. But also gave us some great insight into why that wall is there. I know we talked about it in the live, but not everybody saw that. So Rob, maybe you want to explain from the Sarah Jean point of view why the wall is there?
Because I asked her, I reached out to her and I'm like, why did you do this wall? Because we had our interpretation of it. It's a pretty strategic and smart way to be able to make some gems on it, which is obviously part of the reason. But one thing that caught me off guard is that she wants to, or it could be a he, by the way. So we'll just say they.
Yeah.
They want to get all the bots taken out. So they know bots are going to need to sell. So Sarah Jean's like, okay, if I just build these walls over time, I'm going to start scooping up bots and getting these Spider-Mans into real investors' hands because the bots are going to come back to the secondary market and buy it. She wants the bots who would have won it on the drop to start dishing them out, and she's forcing them into a price below her wall, or their wall. And I'm like, wow, that's actually a great reason to do this
Yeah.
because if you're all in on Spidey, the less bots that own Spidey, the better it is for you.
Yep.
Because bots, they don't care. They win so many, they don't care. They just want to dish them, dish them, dish them. You get these into real collectors who actually want to hold, you might put yourself in a better situation, especially when you pull the wall. And you
Yeah.
pull that wall, and that price is going to just surge because
Yeah.
now you got rid of that resistance.
So no, it's definitely so. Sarah Jean is pro VV community, obviously by giving away a Spidey here to Superstar Mel, and the reasoning is unbelievable. So the VV it forward is definitely happening, and it even inspired Superstar Mel during our live yesterday to give back to the community. As you can see in her showroom or in her collectibles, she has the Superstar Money weapon rack. She won it on the drop.
Nice.
And she had a contest in our live. So if you ever see these lives come up, there's going to be some random things happening, but not always a giveaway. But this time, she said, if you guys can guess the closest to the date and time of the birth of the baby, because she's due before March 16th somewhere. So the 20 people who were in there who threw guesses, we got the list right here. So these are all the people's guesses. They have a 1 in 15 chance of winning a free weapon rack with Superstar Money colors. That is the best part, right? So whenever this baby comes, we're gonna have to go cross-reference this list and get back to you guys. And somebody's winning it, but that's Superstar Mel's way of VVing it forward. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. And then I won. I think we all did. We went for it on the drop.
Yeah,
'Cause we
everybody
wanted,
won.
right? We wanted this or a chance at the ultra rare. But
Yeah.
I got the comment. I flipped it right away for this one. It was the same price.
Yeah, so
So
did I.
I have to own one of these. I just have to.
Yeah, we got lucky that the prices were the same. And we're gonna get into that. That's basically the meat and potatoes of this video. But
Yeah.
there is another amazing Spider-Man comic dropping. This time it's coming Monday. It's at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 86, and it's the origin of Black Widow, not the first appearance. It's the origins. I think it's like the story. So I'm pretty sure it's a Tales of Suspense that has the first appearance of Black Widow. Either 52 or 57. I can't remember the exact number. I'm sure you guys know it. Don't shoot the messenger. I just remember it's one of the ones that was there when I joined the app.
Yeah, if it's not an FA, like what we found is over now enough history, and we didn't. I could try to pull it up, but probably I don't know if this is a really important, significant comic in the physical world, maybe. But usually, if it's not an FA, they don't get as much respect.
I have a feeling it's going to be a C tier. I don't know why. I think it's going to be a C tier. That's my prediction. It's not up yet on Veve rank, but I really like the rare, how the hair is popping. I like the rare better than the ultra rare this time because they're pretty close, and I just like the pop of color. But I think Seeker Rare is probably the nicest one, in my opinion. But yeah, the rare I wouldn't mind holding.
The rare is actually I still like that one the best. I like the rare the best.
The rare, yeah. The artwork's nice.
That's nice. That's really nice. And then it has that little contrast with the gray and the red hair there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess the main difference is that the Spider-Man is in color in the background on the other one, which maybe I would have liked to see that. But I like that the hair is like just super poppy there. It's like it's cool. Okay, so what happened with this drop, guys? What happened with Matt Gondek? He had 2 drops yesterday, and as you can see here, we are on my NFT tracker. Just to get like a tabular format. We do use ecomi wiki, and Rob's gonna pull that up as well. But my NFT tracker, if you don't have the money to join ecomi wiki, it's a great free alternative. It's not updated as often, I don't believe. I think we were talking to the guys there, and it's every couple hours for the collectibles and once a day for the comics. But you get the information, and it's somewhere you can go and you can sort. Very good sorting. You can sort by rarity. You can sort by price. Cool. It's very good that way. So that's pretty nice. Cool.
Oh yeah.
And it has some graphic. I think it has some graphs. We'll get into it. But ecomi wiki also very, very good, and has more. It actually has the Veve API, which is the most accurate information. So if you want more up to date, ecomi wiki. If you want just something for reference, my NFT tracker. I love everybody participating, helping. The more people that do these types of things and bring out these types of websites, the better it is for the community, and the more, because you want everybody to be informed. The more information out there, the better.
Yeah, agreed. But look at those differences in those prices there between the listed and the actual sales.
So if it's just for you to read it, the number on the left is the retail, and the number on the right is the floor price. So
crazy.
You can tell with the comment, $60 for the retail, which we all paid and won.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting the common, and I flipped it at $30 into an uncommon at $30. So I lost the 2.5%. It was like 75 cents or something.
Yeah, but like for me, like in a blind box series, it's not the worst idea. Like I already had a feeling, and we talked about this, that there was a chance that this could go below listed. But if you don't try, you don't get that chance at maybe getting one of the, like winning the lottery and getting one of the high end ultra rares. So that's why I like participating in these things. But for me, if I'm down, if it's gonna be half price, it's a $30 gem difference.
Yeah,
right.
And especially though, if there's one that you like if you would have paid 60 gems for the Superstar Money colors, like I would have, if I won this, I wouldn't even done anything. I would just, because I know I'm gonna hold it. I really like the colorway. Then that's a different, right? Like you go for the drop. But the thing here is this bad for Veve that they came out with this drop? They amped up this street artist, and I from what I hear, he has works on OpenSea and all this. They're doing very well, but I think they kind of came out with too many. 5,000 runs for the artwork. And it's sitting under retail, and that's 200 gems. That's a heavy price tag. So people did get burned on these things.
Yeah, and it kind of turned people the wrong way. Like leading up to this draw, people were a little bit unhappy that they were listing so many mints at such a high price for something. It's not even like a Disney IP. It's not something that is super popular, and they're like, whoa, like this is coming across a little greedy on the artist and Veve's part.
So that was definitely the sentiment that a lot of people were talking about. A lot of creators were saying that's why they thought it would go under retail. If you did comparables of this with like other paintings, I think there was paintings with like 600 prints that were going for like 300. So they're like, how can this with 5,000 prints go for over 200? And that's a great point. I mean, this is like this is 5 times, 6 times the number of prints. It's a very good, like, I think this is probably the nicest piece in terms of artwork. Maybe there's some stuff from that decon that's really cool, but this is very vibrant, and the artwork is different. It's very different than anything we have.
There's something super speculative about both of these, right? Like, you have this painting here, which is, it's almost part of a bigger set. Like, people are talking about how you could see the Mickey hand and a little bit of the eye.
Yeah.
And then you could go online, and then there's like a wider, maybe it's going to be like you have to buy 5 or 6 of them, and you could put them all together in your showroom and get the entire look of the art. And then there's the weapon rack, where there's rumors about the utility and all that. So there's something strange going on with this and why it's priced so high. So maybe they're not being greedy. Maybe there's more to come. And in reflection, it's going to be the proper price once we find out all the stuff that hasn't been told to us yet, possibly.
Yeah. Whenever they add these things after the fact, it's kind of like, should they do that? Like, people are going for it, spending money on it, and then selling it, and then they come out with something after the fact. It's kind of, to me, doesn't sit right. I don't know what you guys think. Let us know in the comments. But again, getting back to it, is this bad for Veve? Now, the thing that I think is, this burned a lot of people. We personally know some people that aren't happy with their attempt to go for this drop, win it, and now they have to sell it at a loss or wait. Because 60 gems is a lot to some people. You may have those gems, but a lot of people in this app are just like entry level, and they're trying to build a collection, and they go for this. They're like, oh my god, I actually won my first ever drop. And they think, okay, now I can finally flip into something bigger, and now it's down to 50% of the value. What I think is going to happen now is there's going to be, and David, you mentioned this before, he wants people to start choosing their path in the Veve marketplace, and that's he wants them to basically not go for every drop. That's the ultimate goal of what they were saying. So if another artist piece of work comes out, you might see that only the people who go for it, I'm sure that there are people who don't really care, go for it, but this might not happen again where it drops so much, because you might have people who say, I'm not going for that drop, I don't want it. The people who actually go for it, and this might be like 5, 6, 7 artist drops down the line where they go for the drop only because they want it and they want to hold it, and that might actually do the opposite and pump the value of that particular piece, because the people listing it are people who actually want it.
Yeah, this is like, it's super strange to me though, and I'm going to go a little bit of a rant here. I participated in the drop trying to go for that ultra rare, but at the end of the day, the market is dictated by the people. So if I'm there and I'm seeing a price under my listed price, why would I sell? Like, why am I selling? I can choose. Like, I'm not going to let other collectors at this point decide that the price is. We saw it with Groot, right? Groot came out and went straight undervalued, like right away. I think it was hovering at like listed 40, hovered at 25 for the longest time. Now it's back to 40. So, and you can pull it up if you want. So, but that was another example. It's like, okay, that one is a Disney IP or a Marvel IP. So you're going to be, obviously, you're in a situation where you have no problem holding. But even something like this, where it came out in the listed price of 60, just don't sell it. Refuse to sell it. Don't let other people decide what your collectible price is going to be, especially under what you paid. Because if a community just decides we're going to go with the listed price only, if that sentiment gets out there, then you won't end up in the situation. Now, on the flip side, that's okay, because if you're somebody who does have the gems on the side, going for a collectible that's selling for 50% undervalue like Groot was isn't the worst idea, because you have a pretty good chance that over time they're going to get a reversal, especially when the sentiment, and we did a video on NFT and Veve sentiment right now, how it's low. When that sentiment reverses, then we're going to be probably in a situation where the entire market will come up with it. So that's, I don't know, if it was me, like it is me right now, I got the common on the drop for the exact same gems. I flipped it to the uncommon because it's our colors. Yeah. And now I'm just going to hold it. I'm just going to hold it. I refuse to sell it for less than listed. I will never, ever sell it for less than listed price. Any collectible, I'm holding. It will be parked there for as long as possible until that reversal comes.
And it will come. It'll come. It's obviously, we showed the Google trends. We do know that right now is not a hot time for the entire NFT market in general. So I wouldn't be selling. It's not financial advice. If you need the money, obviously, that might be something that you do. But for us, we are long game VV collectors. So I guess let me pull it to your screen, and you have a little bit more you want to talk about.
Yeah, I got some more I want to talk about. So here it is. By the way, you can see like it doesn't even show you on the chart, right? 60 down to here, and then for the the holiday group, maybe it's down a little bit right now from the listed as well, but you can see that the ultimate lows of 25 came back up during the high sentiment to 65, and now we're back down to a little bit under listed price. But we've seen this kind of movement before, okay, in the crypto world, and NFT is tied to the crypto world. So I found this was a pretty interesting chart. It was made in 2021. At the top here, you could see the high price and the low price for that range in the years. And so you have in 2012, right? We saw, and this was way back in the day when Bitcoin was only like $7, $16, but we saw 42% drops, 56% drops. Going into 2013, 30% drops, and up to even an 82% drop at one point. And these prices were way down, kind of like where we are right now with some of these NFTs, $259 down to $50. Going into 2016 and 2017, massive drops, 89%, 30%, 40%, up all the way till 2021, where we had a $64,000 high down to 31. So crypto in its early adoption back here, which is kind of like where we are, I think, in the NFT space, you see these crazy volatile ranges
Mm-hmm.
of price movement, and sometimes you have to hold through that pain. Like a lot of new investors, especially new investors into Veve, they're going down on their portfolio, and they're getting upset because the expectation was that they're going to buy something and it's going to go up forever. But we all know that with any investment, that doesn't happen. Just look at oil, right? Oil's now at all-time highs. There's people who've been waiting on oil. They've been buying it up at $60, $40 a barrel. They've been waiting, and sometimes it could take multiple years. And cryptocurrency is a perfect example of that. Look at Bitcoin,
Yeah.
right? It's that you sometimes have to wait out. You shouldn't be watching the market day to day and getting spooked. So yeah, you bought the weapon rack. It's now down 50%. Now you don't want to buy other sale. You want to be more cautious in terms of what you're going to buy. But long term, do you think it's going to really stay like this? Like you're going to ultimately have changes happening to Veve. You have speculation that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You showed the tweet, right?
Yeah,
With
I'll
the
pull it up right now. I have it on the screen. Okay, so yeah, there's the tweet. Someone asked, "Yo, I'm digging Matt Gondek in this piece." This is before the drop, by the way.
yeah
Hoping for some utility on this somewhere down the line. Hammer, wrench, And
yeah
Matt Gondek puts the eyeballs, which
eyeballs.
means he's looking. And then Veve puts the eyeballs. Okay? So Veve responds to that too. And there was also the tweet from Reverend Alex, which we talked about before, where he's like, "You laugh now." So there's got to be something else to this.
So when people see these things, you're going to have some, I guess, collectors willing to speculate after seeing this that,
Yeah.
I do want to own this at 50% the listed price.
25 bucks.
Right? Because I'm going to try to go for that potential with speculation. And it's an educated guess. It may not be right. But that's why you see these swings with cryptocurrency. You have some investors selling off like crazy. You
Yeah.
have other ones willing to buy in. You have others that are holding. And I want to show you one more thing. This also relates to OMI as well. If you
Yeah.
can pull it back over here. Look at the OMI chart. It's the exact same thing, right? You have OMI swinging up and down. I mean, this thing is scaled, but even here, right, you're going from 42 down to 28. It's normal. It's normal to see these massive swings in this space. It's such a speculative space. It's brand new
Yeah.
space. It's going to be volatile. At the end, you gotta kind of live through it and not get upset or spooked, because the moment you sell, now you're out of that game, unless you find a way to time yourself back in on the upside. Um,
Yeah.
so, anyways, that's my rant in terms of in terms of what's going on with the market. And no one has a crystal ball, but you gotta sometimes just wait it out.
And guys, don't buy something like this is what it's not financial advice obviously, but don't buy something if you don't have the money to wait it out long term. Like Rob's giving you great examples here of how some things take years sometimes to come to fruition. And if it's more speculative like this, where you're looking at eyeballs on Twitter, maybe that's not the piece you want. If it's got to be something that's not confirmed, for example, even MCP is not confirmed how it's going to work. Rob and I, we do participate in MCP with our leftover gems. We kind of talked about it on Rob Stuff's video yesterday, but it's not our end all and be all, and it's money that we have in the app that maybe if that goes to nothing, or if MCP doesn't really matter, sure, it's going to hurt, but it's not going to hurt us a whole lot because most of our stuff is in things that we really, really like. And even if they go to zero, we like to interact with them and play with them. It's fun. So don't get yourself in a position where you're holding things or buying things that you might not want to hold for a little bit of time because, like Rob said, there's very, very big ranges on prices in this space, and anything can happen.
Yeah, so what helps me is I've changed my mentality. From the beginning, I never had this mentality, but crypto, in its early beginnings, it didn't have as much utility as it does now, like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Has way more utility now. It's so much more mainstream now than it ever was before. This OMI token is still relatively new. So in my mind, I don't even know what the price is. This is the first time I'm seeing it, 0.0038. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just waiting until it becomes mainstream, and it may never, because of Veve, there's anything could happen. But I'm speculating that Veve will succeed long term. When Veve becomes more mainstream, so will the OMI token. So the price movements in the near term don't matter to me. Of course, none of this is financial advice. These are our opinions, but we want to share them with you if you're watching this.
The other thing that this kind of sparked was people are upset on Twitter. We've seen it, so we just threw this out. I was going to do it as a poll, but I wanted to ask the fam on Twitter. Curious, are you selling collectibles for 50% for cash for 50%? If so, what are you selling, and how have you found transactions off app? Just curious, because Veve right now obviously has a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, and wanted to kind of get the market sentiment. And basically, just to shorten this up, whatever you guys are hearing, everybody who responded to us is like, not selling. Nope, I'm still a superstar holder. Deal with it, darling. I like that one.
Yeah,
superstar Bobby Green. Not a chance. So guys, the sentiment, no way. Maybe someday if things get rough. So people don't even think it's rough right now. All right. Yeah. So you guys gotta just chill, hit the brakes a little bit on the market sentiment. But it appears like at least the superstars aren't selling anything.
Yeah, there's no plans to sell right now until unless we're trading into something else or flipping. But other than that, you want to make sure your gems are you have that opportunity, because just as fast as things can come on the downtrend, things can change just as fast on the uptrend as well.
Yeah. So if you watched all the way to the end, you have a nice little bonus here. If you do not know about it, we have paired with Parology, who is doing a giveaway again. This guy, unbelievable. He's giving away 4 goofies this month, 1 per week. This is the Twitter week. So on Twitter, you can enter by following Parology, following us, being subscribed to this channel. Okay, you have to be subscribed to, and you have to retweet the pinned tweet on our profile. If I pull that up, you'll see it here. Hold on. So yeah, retweet this guy right here. As you can see, only 133 entries, so that you have a 1 in 133 chance right now of, and probably one of those is Parology, so like a 1 in 130 chance of winning a goofy. Where do you have that? Okay, you're competing on Veve with millions of people. Right now you're competing with 133 people. So make sure that you guys go retweet this. And the last part that you have to do to enter is do something nice for somebody and use the hashtag VeveItForward. So how we're gonna do this at the end, we're gonna search hashtag VeveItForward, gather all the entries, look at which ones we love. We're gonna make a short list of the ones of the people that are genuine, whatever. We'll do our research, and from that short list, we'll do a raffle. We'll do like one of those wheels on the screen that spins, and whoever it lands on will win the goofy. And yeah, we'll be checking if you're subscribed to the channel and if you're following Parology and us on Twitter, and if you retweeted it. So 133 people only right now for a goofy valued like over 1,000 gems, guys. It is definitely a great opportunity. Make sure that you do that. And if you want to follow us on Veve, go check out Fasto6909, 9.9 million. And we will follow back whoever we see. Right now, I told you guys last time, the Veve feed is a mess. They got to organize it where you can filter what you see on that feed. But for now, if I see one, I'm going to follow it back. If not, unfollow us, follow us again, and hope that I see it. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I can say there. Yeah. And I'll let Rob go.
And make sure you follow us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. We get DMs all the time. We love responding to you guys in TikTok. If you haven't already, you can become a superstar too. Just hit that subscribe button, join the fan, and we will love to hear from you. Please comment below on what you think about what we discussed today. Are you holding? Are you getting spooked out? Can you relate to what we're saying? And let us know your thoughts below. So we can't wait to hear from you, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.